In this video, I'm going to show you an unconventional way that nobody talks about to become top 1% of all your competitors and top 1% of your genetic potential. And what happens when you don't do that, the opportunity cost that it's costing you over days, weeks, and months that's going to really motivate you to implement this right away. So let's dive into it right now.
Okay, so here is the equation to become top 1% in everything that you do, to master your craft, to get ahead of the competition. You want to learn a language, you want to learn a new skill so you can get ahead in the new modern day economy. This is it. And what that is energy plus time times focus. Now, just like a bank account, we only have a finite amount of time. And some people would say we have a finite amount of energy. But how that time is channeled is with focus. And with the right focus, we can achieve magnitudes of more results and success with the same amount of time as everybody else. Now, if we combine that with greater energy than everybody else, and we channel that in a better way, those two combinations together, you're going to be far, far, far superior in anything that you do. And you're going to be extremely surprised by the results. If, in many cases, people can do it in half the time at half the effort in a lot of cases because they adopt this formula. So ultimately what we're looking for is through this peak performance model is maximum focus plus energy. So let me break down an example and show you a little bit of what that looks like. Very simply, let's say you had person A, B, and C. And person A, B, and C had an hour to read one book, the exact same book. Person A had, let's just say 4 out of 10 focus, person B had 1 out of 10 focus, and person C had 8 out of 10 focus. Obviously, they're going to maximize and multiply the amount of pages that they're able to read within that given time frame because their focus was channeled a lot better than the other two people. Now, let's say this is with your business. You have person A, B, C, each person has a year. Person A is 1 out of 10 focus, person B is 2 out of 10 focus, 2.5 out of 10 focus, and person C is 9 out of 10 focus. They're going to have magnificently greater results in the amount of income that they're making in their business, even though that they're each given a year. Now, person A, B, C, let's say person A had 3 years in business, 1 out of 10 focus. Their income would be, for example, 3K a month, but person B had the same 3 years, 2.5 focus, and they made 7K per month. But here's where things get really interesting, and this is where the opportunity cost comes in. If you are able to focus at a much higher rate, you are going to see better results in a less amount of time. And that's what we're ultimately after. So this person C was in business for only 1 year, had a focus of 9, and they were able to achieve 9K a month. That is way more and 3 times more than what the other people spent when they had not much focus at all. Now, what happens if we're able to channel this with energy too? So let's say you have all your energy and your time, and it's channeled in the wrong way, where you're feeling scattered, your brain's off, you might feel stressed, you might feel anxious, things are distracting you, you're checking your phone. You are not going to achieve what you're looking to achieve in that amount of time. It's probably going to feel like a lot of effort. And when you're having to navigate through the day to day, through a brain fog phase, you're feeling tired, fatigued in the afternoon, you're reaching for coffee, you rely on stimulants to just go through the day. You might take pills or alcohol to try and wind down for the evening time. Your mind, inside out, is going to feel so scattered. Your mind is going to feel biologically tired that it's so difficult to achieve whatever you're looking to do. Versus the other person, they have their energy and their time, and they're just so solely focused on the goal of whatever they're looking to do. And at the same time, it feels like it's less effort to them. And that's because when your inner machinery is so fine tuned and so running so efficiently, it is going to allow you to get from point A to B so much faster with less effort and less time. And you can become this person C so much easy. So that's why we have to look under the hood of your biology. Think of like a mechanic looking under the hood of a car. If we look under the hood of your biology, we'll be able to see exactly what's happening that's slowing you down, that's not giving you the proper energy that you need and the proper focus that you need to channel it in the right direction. And that's why so many people focus on temporary surface level external symptoms. They might feel tired, they might feel fatigued, and as a result, in this example, they might just have 1 cup of coffee or multiple cups of coffee to try and suppress that. Well, now it's going to cause their body to crash, their adrenal glands to go into overdrive, their mind to go into overdrive more until they repeat the process again and again and again. And so many people are just navigating the world in this temporary surface level symptoms. When really, if you get to the root cause of the trees instead of the branches, of where it's actually coming from, and we look under the hood of your biology, we can detect where these coming from. So now the symptoms don't necessarily have to express themselves. And again, symptoms don't have to be some disease state or some condition, but it could simply just be something as simple as brain fog, low energy, fatigue. Your memory feels like it's poor. All these functional things on a regular basis. You're feeling stressed. You get angry easily. It affects your day to day life personally and professionally. And that's why we have to look at stressors, something known as our stress bucket, our allostatic load. And what our allostatic load is how much stress our body can tolerate at once. And once that stress bucket overflows with stressors, we're going to hit a breaking point. We're going to feel like we're burnt out. We're going to have no energy and no focus to channel into the things that we exactly want to do. And so we can look at this two ways. One is external stressors, and these are ones that we typically know a lot about. Life changes, emails, bills, work, deadlines, negative news, could be mold, could be pollutions, whatever that looks like. We know how to typically manage that, but what most people don't talk about is the internal stressors, and these are often the hidden ones. And what this could be is poor diet, poor sleep, poor gut health, blocked detoxification pathways, parasites that are inside of the gut, inflammation. The list just goes on and on. And then when that happens, we're not able to cope with it as easily as somebody else who's full of energy, who's happy all the time, who's able to just achieve the things so effortlessly. And we wonder what's the difference between ourselves and that person. But ultimately, it's not just genetics. It's it's also how does their body handle these stresses. So what you have to do, regardless of where you stand, is start removing where these stressors are coming from in your bucket. And now, just like a computer that we take away all the different viruses, now it has more bandwidth to process with its RAM, to run more smoothly, to run more efficiently. And for you, the equivalent would be to have more brain bandwidth. So your brain has more RAM, so you can focus better, you can channel that energy a lot better. And so you can use your time way more efficiently by doing this. So first we have to remove all those weights that are holding you back initially, and then we can start seeing really great results. And that's where we have to look at all these different body systems that are happening at one time. And only once we do so can you start feeling better instead of managing things on a surface level. We get to the root cause, and now you can start having the sustainable level of peak performance Zen for the many years to come. And this is how you can achieve top 1% in everything you do. In the following videos, I'm going to show you how you can exactly do that step by step. But here, I just want to introduce a basic level philosophy of how you can do that. And by approaching it from this way, it makes energy so much easier throughout the day, and it makes focus so much easier throughout the day. And so that we can channel and focus easier without distraction a lot more effortlessly. And that's why I call it peak performance Zen. We'll see you in the next video.